Shu jumping in with the Transcendence, but the Bob is already down. A lot of pressure now, relieved from the Hunters, so they do try and get onto the point. Amon finally gets taken out by Shu, but that Tactical Visor is going to zone a whole bunch of the charge away until Leave gets Dynamite. He has to retreat for himself. Eileen transforming into the D.Va to provide even more defense for his backline, who are trying to get onto the point. OT is ticking down as Jimmu ends up falling, as the Hunters are still controlling, although Charge have members on the point. It's just Hunters now trying to buy some more time for themselves and Amon to actually get back. Might be worthwhile just taking this fight once again, just try and get as much as they can out of the Charge, which they are doing quite well in fact, as Rio does use the Primal Rage to secure the kill. Need to come out for the Hunters fairly soon. Same with Chara. Eileen ends up falling to Molly, of all people. Leave is going to go fairly low as well. Happy finds himself in the danger zone as Amon did booping down from the high ground. Transcendence on the point for the Hunters to keep everybody alive and well as Leave ends up falling. Happy building up towards another Bob, just trying to pick off people on the side. Jimmy's farming him for free at this point, and even Amon as well is straight on top of him. Yveltal eventually gets booped off as he was rallying. A big pickup for the Charge as they continue to hold the point. Hunters did find the flip, which just means Charge aren't actually gaining anything right now, apart from kills and ult charge for themselves. Hunters eventually does come out. Jimmu potentially setting up for it here, just trying to spot out Shu. I'm not entirely sure he knows where it is. They know where Jimmu is now as well. Tactical Visor's coming through as well as Chara ends up going down. Leave just creating so much space for his team. You can see him there hiding with the two supports. Happy's going to come back from spawn, but almost chased down by Yveltal. In fact, he's going to send Bob in to create even more space. Bob does land onto the point. Doesn't go off the map this time around. We did see it earlier on, unlucky. Happy and Yveltal end up trading as the bomb comes out and kills off Molly. No supports for the Hunters and still sitting on the EMP. They're going to need to do something. Waiting for the Transcendence is going to be a good sign though. Amon could stall out for a little longer, but no. My goodness, Chara comes in with the biggest boost of his life. Hunters now cleared off the point, still sticking on the EMP. It finally comes back, but it might be too little too late. 3 members hacked from the Charge, but the Hunters can't quite get back on. Yveltal and Molly are going to be the only ones who can touch. It doesn't end up happening. Little by little, the Charge is trickling onto the point to make sure that doesn't happen. Still gaining a lot of percent here, free 10% almost. As Ryan does end up coming back to the fray, as Leave ends up going fairly low, but Yveltal will be the first to fall. Molten Core's coming through, but he does get hacked. Only a small amount of the Molten Core landing on the point, but it might just be enough. A nano boost onto Krong as well, as he does tank most of those mines as they continue to hold. Hunters need to be able to push them off. Charge is stalling at this point for so long, regardless of them winning or losing the fight right now. Charge are making this worth it. And EMP is going to come out as well, as the tanks of the Charge are going to be able to hold on to their ults. Jimmu ends up falling down. Krong still sitting on the grab, as Leave is going to have the duplication online, as the Hunters now, once again, falling apart after what was almost a perfect EMP on both the tanks of the Charge.
And that makes a really easy sleep target, so Amon is just living in the crowd control hell right now.
Well, Leave already dead. He didn't even use his ult. There's the rally to try and get back onto the point. Amon ends up going down after getting hacked and bio-grenaded. It's a bit unlucky, unfortunately. Happy just guarding the... Well, there it is. I was going to say guarding the flanks, but, you know, Charge just end up taking the W on that one. That was
afraid hitting whip shots and things to get that Inspire going, and if not, it's nothing.
Oh, this is perfect. You window the Torp turret, does so much damage. Unfortunately, Amon's standing in front of it with a nanoboost and a shield. Krong ends up falling into a flame strike, but Happy at least gets a pick off here. Although the Riptire over the top. Yep, there goes Shu, and once again, Charge are left in an awkward situation of just dying into this room and feeding their health bars over to the old banks of the Hunters, which is exactly what they've done. Yeah, trying to put Amon shatter, although Rio has got one of his own. There's the Bob, knocking everybody up high in the sky. There's the 180 shatter, hits 2 people down. There's the return shatter, but he did get stunned, didn't actually find anybody, but the damage has already been done. Molly and Yveltal end up going down. Charge now steamrolling their way onto the point, with Eileen picking up a nice couple of kills of his own. Dynamite to finish off. Oh, the hammer kill, please give it to him. Oh, what have you done, Charge? You've ruined the entire, or if you know, force out earlier and then rip tire afterwards. It's almost perfect. Eileen gets a miracle pick on Yveltal. Oh, the tire's just going to get taken out by Krong as well. And Jimbu's going to go down. Wow, Hunter's just kind of falling apart right at this point. Molten Core coming out onto the point as well. Leave ends up going down. That's a horrible corridor to be locked in with. Amon's going pretty low. He is going to get nanoed, but can't really get much done as he's nowhere near the point. Doomfist in to try and stall, but instantly catches on fire as Eileen goes for the kill. He's got blood in his eyes. Oh my.
Behind shields, Bob just launches you in the air and just pulls, just shoot to play pigeons.
Oh my goodness, that fire grenade did so much work there. Rio going fairly low. Matati Field's going to save him for the time being. Dynamite was even bigger though from Happy. Everybody set ablaze. And the kill feed looking Charge right now. Happy now with Bob coming up fairly soon as well. Chara takes a couple of kills for himself also. Hunters are going to have a tough time now getting through this. An issue now as they do have Jinmu now who's just splattering the points with his Molten Core. Now it's going to be even harder for the Charge to come back into this, although I say that as Yveltal ends up going down to Happy.
And they're making him use ults. Core is out. There's the flux that has to come onto the points. And it's still taking a long time. A Shatter comes out. Doesn't even get anybody.
Beautiful block by Chara just in time. It might not matter though. He ends up going down. Did use the rally to kind of keep himself alive and well on the point. Fortunately, he didn't really get much else done. The Hunters eventually go for this to be in against this Molten Core. Deadeye comes out, doesn't find much, hits the shields at the end. Leave going fairly low. Does anybody spot him out? Yes, they do. Chara's going to chase him out. Leave is 6 HP. Ends up getting taken out. And now if you're Hunters, you don't really want to use much else. They use a nano onto Among, but he gets focused down almost instantly. And Molten Core burning through his health bar and burning through the rest of Hunters. Looking rather char-grilled as they do end up falling back, as the Charge are going to defend for the time being and have got another beautiful set of ults coming online. But Hunters, they're going to match and they can kind of play a little bit more safe as the rally is going off as well. They're going to be so strong coming into this next fight. Although Window's going to come through, that Shatter does hit the shield, so no one falls down just yet. Hunters now making their way onto the point, still with that Molten Core in their back pocket. Leave shooting through the window. Isn't going to be able to find too much here as the Charge do skirt around it and manage to kind of negate its effects. Now a beautiful flashbang on the side, but Leave once again found himself in a rock between a rock and a brig, which is the worst place that you want to be. The Molten Core from high in the sky from Jinmu. No hammer kill just yet for Eileen as Krong and Happy end up clearing up the fight. Charge once again have the Molten Core available. There's the Windows double window. Deadeye goes through, eaten up mainly by Krong yet again. He lifts everybody up in the skies, but the Transcendence is going to save the Hunters for the time. Molten Core now coming out, flowing onto the point. Eileen making sure it's a very, very hard work to actually stick anywhere. Amon kind of dancing around, actually gets booted back in to the Molten Core with that shield going down. The hammer comes down straight on top of the Hunters. Eileen maybe finding his hammer kill. Yveltal giving it up too quick though, as the Charge end up taking Anubis and 2-0
into the Echo and ends up getting cleaned up there. But I do like that the Hunters are being aggressive with it. That wasn't a passive play at all. Big EMP.
What a beautiful EMP. Counter EMP though. 6 members hacked for the Charge. Who can kill the backline first? That is the question. Yveltal is still alive. Shu and Chara have now got Rally at their backs as well, so they're going to be able to see themselves through this fight, you can imagine. D.Va onto the sidelines. Jinmu paying attention to him, but he did just that. Transcendence used from Molly, as well as that Rally now building up for the Hunters. Leave jumping over to the Winston, changing up to jump onto the back line, but a perfectly timed nano boost and a nade onto Chara keeps him alive. Leave not doing all too much here. A Translocator out for the Sombra as he gets the Primal Rage off, but can he secure any kills? That is the question. Luckily enough, Hunters do manage to secure the kill onto Chara as Jinmu manages to snipe him out on the back line, but now have to deal with a double D.Va on the field. But Rio going down does mean Charge now have to back off. 20 seconds remains as this looks like a brand new Hunters coming into this third map.
Yeah, Hunters have decided they're not happy. Is milling about the cart there to get in.
My word, that was so close, but Rio is already down. Happy needs to hit that Q button fast. OT is still there. He manages to get on, but the mines are going to take him out. The EMP gets nobody, but it might not even matter. Eileen Happy dead. Shu's going to match them in the afterlife. And OT is going to tick on through with Amon picking up a triple at the end with the mines. Charge are going to get held on first. Makes this pretty fun to play, I will say that. The mobility. Just getting around the place. Amon a little less mobile right now as he is hacked, but he's going to be able to escape the rest of his team already. I mean, Charge have let go of the payload. Hunters are now in one-fight territory, and Charge really haven't done much. Eileen and Happy are going pretty low. Same with Rio. Eileen's not receiving much healing as well. It seems like the Charge right now are just kind of bleeding out. Hunters are just doing so much poke damage at this point with Leave on the sidelines. And Krong and Rio, they're already dead. You're 2 tank players, not... Oh, and there. Okay, well, there you go. Well, they didn't even touch. That was a...
But it's not enough healing for a true brawl up front.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm looking at now, right, is to see where that Discord Orb is applied and where the hacks are applied as well. Yveltal's on the side, and it just gets demolished by Eileen. Kind of a 2-pronged attack there, as Happy was up at the high ground in the cafe, and then Eileen was actually bottom left. So people that were trying to get... Brigitte has been copied, Rally as well. Transcendence 2-match for the Hunters. They still need to end this fight fast. A beautiful bar grenade onto Leave to take him out. Hammer down on the point, instantly killing off Yveltal. Couldn't even get the Rally off. Self-destruct in the cafe, and now Chengdu Hunters, regardless of how many ticks they have, they've only got 30 seconds remaining. They've required 2, but Charge are going to regain control at this point and kill off Jinmu the last couple of seconds as well. They're not going to be able to group as 6. They're going to change it over to the Reinhardt as he's almost got that shatter already. Rio now holding shield firm. He knows he's got it. The shatter hits the ground, the pin as well. Instantly killing off Rio as the Discord orb was applied to him almost instantly. He's got another shatter at hand as well. Couldn't quite get it off, but the damage has already been done by Leave in the back line. Jinmu as well, jumping on in, killing off Eileen, and Hunters eventually break this first point hold and manage to cap the point.
Otherwise, they stay in the game permanently, it feels like.
Yeah, 100%. Uh-oh, nano boost, and Molly's dead. Jinmu is going to fall as well. Now 60 seconds does remain for the Hunters again, almost in final fight territory, especially for this phase of the map. Once more, Hollywood rather interesting when it comes to spawn positions. Both teams rather equaling currently, but in fact, and actually, take that back, actually, where the cart is currently positioned, I would say that Charge actually have the advantage. The EMP lands on Among and Jinmu. Kill Jinmu, and it might just be a W. There it is. He finally manages to go down. A big fire grenade in the backline as well. Not enough, though, to save Shu's life. A Transcendence is saving for himself from the self-destruct. Char ends up falling to it. Hunters will still with kills on the board, but the spawn advantage still lying in the Charge's favor. Leave manages to find 2, but gets taken out by Eileen. Still, the payload is in contestation as Eileen is still alive. Jinmu's going to be able to get back in time and potentially earning himself an EMP, but they're going to have to get out of the way from the self-destruct for the time being. Among is back as well with the mines on point 2, making it even harder for the Charge to actually contest this point. They're doing a whole bunch of damage, but the Charge refusing to give this fight up just yet. Eileen with another EMP is available, instantly letting it go. 4-member sack, a counter EMP comes in. It's the Charge for the Hunters. This is a time, for Hunters to charge onto the backline. However, that rally going off as well as that nano boost from the Charge make sure they are not going down quickly. Overtime ticks through, and Hunters just not much follow-up available for the Hunters. Leave does jump in eventually with the Winston, but issue is now he just gets focused out. He's going to be able to get back up into the skies, but your one big engagement tool is now gone. You haven't got your ult, you haven't got EMP, and now you're going to get EMP'd yourself. Molly, luckily enough, though, has the Transcendence to see them through the fight, but now they have to deal with a Bob. So many tools are being thrown into the Hunters. It's almost impossible, it feels like, to actually get onto the point, but they somehow manage to do it anyway. Leave with a single beam, takes out both Happy and Chara. Shu also falls. Chengdu, somehow, a Chengdu in Charge, something dirty. They're going to push them not in the fight. Same kind of story as what happened last time around, but this time Eileen's the one building EMP a little bit quicker. He's going to have it online rather sharply as else he just gives up so much of his health bar to it. The mine's ending up killing off Krong as well. The Guangzhou Charge having such a rough time trying getting on this point. Leave EMP'd, doesn't care, Hex, just hits Shu in the face. Happy as well, a double kill for the Echo. That is going to be his ultimate online for this next push. The Charge crumbling on this point for as long as possible. With Leaf going down, this is disastrous though for the Hunters. Their one true carry falling at the final few moments as Eileen makes his way onto the point with the EMP. Now's the Hunters' fight to lose. EMP coming out. It may have been felt like a bit of a waste there, Hex, but it's going to be the secure. Among and Yveltal eventually end up falling down as the Charge eventually cap first point. Oh boy, was it.
Yeah, and they only need this one fight. I mean, that's where the progress has to go. They need about 20 meters here to be able to push in, and they are full on the bank. As long as they don't get dove on just like that, they have to reactive EMP.
Elsa inted into the backline to try and kill Chara, but it worked out. The Transcendence is going to be good enough, though. Molly used his as well at the same time. Shu and now Molly just chasing each other down. Both tanks dead for the Hunters. No more ults left. They're relying on Lee to try and farm his ult.
Just going to send Bob into the mines. Trying to get a body on this cart here. Happy gets another kill as Amon went down.
Perfectly timed ultimate from Lead there. Manages to get back in the fight rather quickly. Look at that ult charge building up already. EMP comes out as well. Hits 3. Leave is now unleashing the primal rage. And now bapping people everywhere around. Just trying to get them off the payload. Get hacked. Burnt down as well. The Hunters so close to defending this payload. Oh my word, the Transcendence couldn't come quick enough. Shu is so close to it. Rally's going to come out as well. But instantly, Chara ends up going down. Shu eventually with the Transcendence manages to get onto the point with it. But there are too many bodies for the Hunters now on the point. The Transcendence from Molly to match the one from Charge. Rio's going to be able to get back in time. But now is the slow bleed out as the Hunters manage to defend. Waiting for this EMP blade, but it takes a longer time to build up, especially if you're going into a composition like this. Bit of a Happy a little bit worried there. There's the hack. Nice little roll. Zoe manages to get it. There's the nano play. Oh, my word. No nano, sorry. Molly did use it a little bit earlier on. Nice little charge. Nice little shatter from Rio as well. They still controlled the point. Rally going off, though, hoping to see them through this whole thing. EMP did come about for the charge, and now they can just walk onto the point for free as Rio now goes Super Saiyan with that with the nano boost at his back. Gets booped into Yveltal, and he ends up going down. I don't know what to say anymore, to be honest with you, Hex. And Amon comes back in only just to die there to the Deadeye. It is absolutely just a fiesta currently. Charge not giving up the point just yet. Self-destruct on the point to try and clear some space. Elsa ends up going down. He did let his mech loose. Amon is going to fall as well. This looks like it's going to be it. A pin onto Yveltal, and that'll be the double kill with the self-destruct. This looks very reminiscent of what we saw in the first game of this series. And my word, that is going to be 100 painful. Visor almost available. No nano to go along with it, sadly. Eileen setting himself up for EMP and success. Spots the Zen, instantly killing him off. That was a one body shot from Happy. Easily killing off the Zenyatta. Hunters, oh my word! Happy. Oh boy, you make me happy as well. That was just a ridiculous shot. I'm pretty sure he was just checking, but leveling up with the head like that looked pretty clean. Hunters do
a mere one fight away. This is a tough fight to or a tough point to really clean everybody out on, so they might just want to buy their time
or do it to him.
An EMP.
He did it to him. Doesn't manage to get anybody else though. There's only one man, I believe, Shatter, and there's a Transcendence to actually back it up. Leaf ends up going down though, but that self-destruct is going to be good. Even falling as well as Happy goes Sombra hunting once more. There's the flash. Oh my word, that would have been such a sick clip. He was just a couple of pixels away from his head. My word, Happy is just having a field day in this 1v1 versus the Sombra. Another cap for the charge. Now up on the high ground, Shu is slept. Can they actually find the additional damage here? Happy's going to get naded as well. There we go. Instant kill. There's a 4-man EMP though, and High Noon from the high ground isn't going to do all too much as Amang does manage to find the kill. However, Krong manages to find him as well. Eileen having the 1v1 of his life, but Leave ends up sparking lasering him down. Eileen falling, and now Hunters are going to be able to reclaim control of the point. Charge, no, they have one fight though, as it's only 85% for the Hunters. Up. Can hit the EMP here. Rally has still gone off though, mind you. That's not going to strip away when the EMP comes out. Rio instantly nated as soon as that EMP did land. Eileen is going to at least trade one kill with Amon falling as well. Both main tanks dead. And that was a war of attrition, really. And Nano onto Happy. That's the one you want to put it on. There's the Deadeye. Shoots a little bit wide, but the damage really has already been done as Hunters had to scatter the 4 wins. Leave, Yveltal end up going down as well. And in a blink of an eye, Charge managed to clean the Hunters off the point. Score OT, score the point, and the